down the line, and I'm going to teach you, because I know everybody had public speaking. I want you all to project so these kids can hear you. I'm sorry, these young men and women can hear you. So we're going to start down here. Project.
Good afternoon. I'm Malik Howard from Woodbridge, Virginia. I go to Bridgewater College. I study information systems.
Okay. Stand right here. Come to the middle. Okay. Can y'all hear? You can hear. Okay, I'm trying to read. Can you hear over here?
I'm Malik Howard. I live in Woodbridge, Virginia. I go to Bridgewater College. I study information systems. I'm interning at CH2M right now. And transportation was just an opportunity presented to me like everyone else, and I just try to take it on.
Great. Thank you. Next.
Just come to the end of the line, that way.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Walk to the wall.
My name is Greg Robinson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I go to Georgia Southern University. I'm currently studying logistics and intermodal transportation. And the reason why I chose transportation is because it's a field that interests me, and I'm very curious as to how to get people to move from point A to point B in an efficient manner.
And where you interning in?
JTA, Jacksonville Transportation Authority.
Oh, Jacksonville. Okay. Excellent.
What year are you?
I'm
What
a senior.
year?
Senior, thank you.
Senior? Okay. Next. Come on. All right. Go on, sit down.
So I'm Ziting Kai. I'm from the Bay Area and I study electrical engineering at Rice University. Houston. And and I intern with Houston Metro, and I've always been a transit fan.
All right, great.
That's because
What year?
second year grad student.
All right, great. Wow.
Hi, my name is Leslie Ortega. I'm a senior currently attending UC Riverside in California. I'm an accounting major, and my interest lies in transportation, mostly on perceiving it as changing the image of transportation to the public.
And where are you interning?
I'm interning at Orange County Transportation Authority.
Hi, my name is Melanie Lopera. I come from Chicago, Illinois. I go to Western Illinois University. I'm a junior. My major is psychology and Spanish. My interest mostly in transportation is public health. So I want to go into like paratransit, ADA. Yeah.
And where are you interning in?
Oh, RTA, Regional Transportation Authority. Yeah, Chicago.
Hello, my name is Roderica Grant. I'm from Jacksonville University. I attend Savannah State University with a major in mass communications, and I'm with JTA, Jacksonville Transportation.
All right. So why transportation?
Because my father has been in transportation for well over 20 years, and I feel like it would give me a chance to connect with him on a personal as well as professional.
Hello everyone, my name is Chanel Mack, born and raised in Washington, D.C. I attend Temple University. I'm studying civil engineering. I'm interning at AECOM, rotating through different departments. And I like transportation because I love bridges, and I just like the idea of being able to build something and actually see it.
So where you interning?
Civil engineering.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, hello, my name is Jamari Taylor. I'm out of Detroit, Michigan. I'm a junior at Eastern Michigan University. I'm interning at Michigan Department of Transportation downtown. One of the reasons I see transportation is because once I graduated, I met with an engineer at MDOT where I work now, and he actually worked on the Riverwalk downtown, and I thought about that, and I wanted to help fix Detroit's roads because we got a lot of them.
Awesome.
Young student.
Hi, I'm Raquel Harris, and I'm from Lansing, Michigan. I work for Michigan Department of Transportation. I'm a junior at Michigan State University studying material science engineering. And I'm still deciding what part of transportation I want to go into. I'm learning more about the different fields and all that there is to it, and I think I really like it.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Santana. I'm a junior at Cal State LA studying mechanical engineering.
interested in learning about rail vehicles and how they operate.
Hello, my name is David White. I attend Florida A&M University. Rising senior, working at Hillsborough Expressway Authority in Tampa, Florida. Why I chose transportation is because I like the idea of being able to directly help those who we serve. Studying occupational therapy.
Hello, my name is Thomas Moore, originally from Richmond, Virginia. I originally studied applied physics at Morehouse College, and now I study civil engineering at the University of Michigan. I'll be graduating in December. And I'm currently working with the Michigan Department of Transportation out of Jackson, Michigan. And the reason I got into transportation is because I wanted to provide better infrastructure to the country.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dante Flood. DC intern. I am from Atlanta, Maryland, 10 minutes out from DC. I am with First Transit, and what I do there, I work with the IT, make sure all their equipment runs properly, because if not, I can't do transportation. So, and I'm go to University of Pittsburgh, and I'm studying IT and digital graphic design. And the reason why I went into the transportation industry, more so because of not only what it has to offer, but the love of the people of Comptel. So that's why.
Hi everyone, I'm Austin Sung. I am from Los Angeles. I currently attend Cal Poly Pomona as an undergraduate studying urban and regional planning. I just completed my second year, so I won't be going into my third year. This summer I am interning at AECOM in Los Angeles as a transportation planning intern. And the reason why I am interested in transportation is because transportation is vital to cities and it's essential to the lifeblood of cities and the function of cities.
Hello, my name is Deshana Allen. I earned my Bachelor's of Arts degree with the Political Science with a concentration in law from the Jackson State University. Currently, I attend Texas Southern. I'm obtaining my master's degree in business administration. Ultimately, I want to be a corporate attorney for a large industry, such as transportation. I'm currently interning at Metro Houston.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bowen Liang. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm currently a senior at the University of California, Irvine. I'm studying civil engineering, and I'm interning at LA Metro. The reason why I'm interested in transportation is I love the way that connects communities together.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohamed Issa. I am from Senegal, but I live in New York City. I am a sophomore in Alfred State College. I'm studying electrical engineering, and I'm interning at Sistra Consulting over at New York City. And I wanted to learn something new in transportation. That's why I applied for the internship and I got selected. And I'm learning everything new every day, so I'm enjoying doing it.
Hi, my name is Chris Mishkiri. I'm studying structural engineering at Columbia University. I'm a sophomore, and I'm interning at CHUM Hill. And the reason I got interested in transportation was because I'm very interested in how the structures in transportation provide an identity to the city.
Yeah, y'all move down. So now, if any of the students have any questions, because this is your time, as you see, some of these are sophomores, juniors, some are graduating. If you're interested in degrees, this is the time to ask them because y'all all think we're old. So, yeah, that's what you think. But this is the time to ask. If you guys have any questions, then here they are. Ask them.
Your peers.
You have a question?
I just want to say something.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
So basically, I just want to tell you guys that regardless of what y'all do, just try to maintain a pretty good GPA. You're gonna have limitless opportunities. This internship requires you to have over a 3.0, right? I mean, and we apply for it. got interviews, present yourself well. My background wasn't in transportation, but they accepted me. I convinced them that I could do a good job. So just keep your grades up and you'll be fine.
Well, my name is Victor. I'm currently a junior. No, I just completed my junior year. I'm currently a senior at DeSoto High School. And I'm wondering if any of you guys considered going to the military after you graduated. What branch did you want to go to?
Navy.
Navy. Did you go or?
Well, I plan on going after I graduate college. I would say the best thing for you to do, whether you want to do it or not, you can join ROTC, but if you don't, you still, after you graduate college and go to the military, you'll have a higher rank. So if you want to go after high school, that's fine, but just let you know, college, get your degree first and then go. You'll have a higher rank, you'll make more money.
All right, thank you.
If I can interject, Victor, can you tell your story, the networking opportunity you met in the expo today?
With? Oh, my bad. I actually, as we were in there socializing, I ran into networking. I ran into a few veterans, and I ran into a father of one of the Air Force Academy members, and I actually got his contact information, so I'll be emailing him shortly after Monday, I want to say Monday. I'll be emailing him Monday, so I should be checking that out and checking out the academy afterwards. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a lot of powerful people here today.
All right.
My name is Tommy Robinson and I go to DeSoto. And I was asking a question for you. Why did you choose Navy?
Well, one, both my father and godfather has been in the Navy, so, and plus I was in ROTC all through high school, all 4 years, so I've got the background of it. I went to boot camp all 4 years of high school, so I'm comfortable with it. I know it. That's my background, so that's what I'm comfortable with.
But either way, go Army's better.
No, girl.
Any other questions? Are there any other tidbits of advice that you can give the students? I wish I knew what I know now, that I can do better to change. Okay, that's a good one.
Social life is always going to be there. Make sure you get your work first. Partying, laughs, so make sure you get your work first, because it will bite you in the butt if you don't.
Yeah, because if your GPA goes down, it's so hard to get it back up. It's really hard.
And it's a lot of organizations that you might want to join, and if your GPA is below a certain 2.5, I think it is, you forget about it, because you ain't.
So, go ahead.
I just want to say to be open-minded, because like my mom worked in transportation for the longest. I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do what you're doing. But here I am, and I've been working for MDOT for 4 years, and I like it a whole lot. So don't be afraid to do things that just because somebody else does it and you don't want to do what they do, it's not always going to be exactly what they do. But there's a lot of people who do it.
One thing, do you guys get any sleep between all of your study and schoolwork?
Sometimes 5 hours. You don't get to Oh, also, don't pick 8 a.m. classes just because you think in high school you guys did it. No, it's not gonna work out in college.
But you do get to pick it. I say pick it, because you're going to be done with classes way earlier. You can be done with classes by noon when you had the rest of the day. Listen, no. If you're a morning person, you're going to get a certain amount of absences, and after about 3 or 4, that counts as an F. Better set up long.
Also,
like, you are.
Yeah, I'm accustomed to waking up around 5 o'clock every morning, so.
I used to be.
Right.
It's not an
Okay,
issue.
go ahead. Is that Dr. Rick? Okay, go ahead. Whoever asked, go ahead.
So, transportation, well, my advice to all of you, transportation-wise, like she said, be open-minded. There's a lot you can do. You don't have to be in a specific field or get a certain degree for that. And also, just for life in general, and just making your journey, finding out who you are, just have fun, but also make sure you're balancing your responsibility and your fun. You need both. You can't just be studying all the time, or you can't just be having fun all the time. So just balance it out. Just have fun.
Go ahead.
As y'all been listening, a lot of everything that people have been saying has been about networking. Like you said, your network is your net worth. And the other gentleman, he spoke about how he was overqualified, underqualified. He didn't get a job until someone he knew put him on. And that leads me to say you need to sharpen your communication skills. Because if you can't express yourself verbally or in writing, whatever is in your head, they will never know. So you have to sharpen that and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Can I ask you a question on that? When you say being able to put your thoughts, communicate your thoughts, which is best? Would you say verbal or handwritten? Or
you need both, because when you write a resume, it's written, and when you go to the interview, you have to talk. So you can't have a resume that's really good, and then you show up for the interview and you're just blah blah, so you don't say nothing.
So how useful are your writing skills right now? Like, are they really important, or are they?
They're always important, and they will never be perfect. It will always improve. So.
And not everybody wants to reply to an email. Sometimes you have to.
Exactly.
And can I just say something? Because for somebody who looks at interns and looks at people, writing makes something with a grammatical mistake in an email or in a letter is irritating. Because if you don't take the time to look at it when you're sitting at the job, so you're absolutely right. It is 100%.
Good thing I love English.
Huh?
Good thing I love English.
That's a good thing. I mean, and if you don't love English, do whatever it takes in order to get some help. Have somebody double check it. But I'm just saying, from the person who's looking at that, and for an intern.
First question, are you ready? The answer is yes. We all win that one. That's the answer. I'm going to ask that question again. Are you ready? Yes. All right. Who was it? Now remember, you're what? Standing. Okay. Who was it to speak about their career in paratransit? Yes, sir.
Warren Montague.
Yes. All right. What skill do you, and it was mentioned by 2 or 3 of our speakers. Oh. Negotiating.
I stepped away. I came in and I saw the excitement and the adrenaline and everything going on. This is what Compto is about. This is what the Garrett Memorial Symposium is about. It's about bridging gaps. We have a thing that we say a lot of times with the Garrett A. Morgan. Garrett A. Morgan, as we know, was the inventor. He created the stop sign, as we call it. So when we think about the stop sign in those 3 colors, the first color up top is red, means to, and what you have done is that you've taken a pause, you have stopped and froze and looked around. You actually stopped what you were doing, young people. You stopped to look and glean and see what you can get. But at the same time, a lot of you this morning, I'm talking to the symposium, you came in a little cautious, apprehensive. I challenged you, I said some things to you. And one young lady, when I grabbed her this morning, she was really shy, and you really made my heart break. I told you this morning, before the day is over, you're going to be saying things, you're going to be engaged. Where are you not? She stopped, she was cautious with that yellow light, and I believe each and every one of you are ready to go. So, with this opportunity that you have gotten today, money cannot pay for it, college cannot pay for it. No, you got experience. You were interacting with different ones, and then at the same time, at the end of the day, you're able to look at your peers. Here are young people between the age of 18, 19, 20 years old, 3, 2 years away from you, and you will be standing in front of a group just like they are, talking about your experiences, and you'll be saying what they're saying. There's no obstacle out there for you that you cannot overcome. There's nothing out there. The sky is the limit. We've just been talking about how they've gone beyond the moon, and they're sending satellite pictures from all over the galaxy. Your galaxy is where you want it to go. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot. Don't let anybody stop you, because when you feel a little disheartened, when you feel that things are rough, I want you to take this day, and I want you to look at your peers. They told you that. I thought about partying, but I stepped back. I thought about doing this. I'm not telling you not to go to military, but if you go to military, wait until you come from college, because instead of getting a pay grade here, it's about the dollars. It's about the Benjamins. At the end of the day, I did 31 years at SEPTA, mass transit. I walked into business not thinking that I was going to be there long. 30 years later, I got a pension. A young man, trying to figure out what I want to do next before Curly tells me, hey, you better do this and do that. But I'm saying to you is that today is the first day of you going forward. Today, I hope next year I'll see some of you up here. I already know. These young people right here, they are blazing the trail. You're right behind them. And the baton has been passed. They passed the baton to you. It's going to be your opportunity next year to pass the baton to somewhere else. As a person like myself steps off the scene to retirement and early, and Angela, you have all these people here. Some of them are right here, some of them are around the country. But when you get despondent, these 5 letters, C-O-M-T-O, COMTO. All of you know how to use the internet? C-O-M-T-O. Look it up, .org. Well,
thank you.
That's what it's all about. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you all being here this afternoon. Very distinguished panel. I think I know all folks in this panel. These encountered you one time or another. So hopefully you have a great session today. I think we're in transition. Folks have moved from one location to another, so I'm sure in a little while we'll have a lot more people sitting in here and engaging in information that you're going to portray. So again, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being in COMTO. Hope you have a great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What I'd like to do at this point is bring forward our first Vice Chair, Freddie Fuller, who will bring his greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Freddie Fuller, and I have the pleasure of serving on both the APTA Executive Committee as well as the COMTO Board of Directors. And I want to welcome you to the COMTO APTA Assembly. For those of you that don't know, COMTO and APTA have an alliance, and at conferences throughout the year, we have these joint sessions where we talk about topics that are critical to both our organizations. And just a quick recap, this past May in Charlotte at the APTA Bus Conference, we had a discussion around civil rights and transportation, and we specifically focused on some of the issues that were going on in North Carolina and Charlotte with recent legislation passed, and we had a pretty insightful discussion with the panel there. And we're looking to discuss transportation as a civil right today. And we have another distinguished panel, and I think you will have an exciting exchange of information when you look at who we have here on this afternoon. So I just want to welcome you, and I encourage you to listen and take notes, because I certainly got something from some of the historical context that was shared when we were in Charlotte and we had a discussion. And I think you will benefit today from the topics that will be discussed here. So once again, thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Freddie. As has been indicated, very full and distinguished panel. And I want to say from the start that, you know, these are the guys, this panel here, these folks are the folks who have gotten us to where we are today. And once you hear from them, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about in terms of civil rights, transportation as a civil right, and how all of that has evolved over the years. So what I'd like to do is just introduce by name everyone, and if I can ask each of the panel persons to give us a very brief synopsis, brief bio on themselves, then we'll jump into the discussion going forward. So if we have, as all of you know, Mother Helen Dale, who has just been a stalwart fighter for civil rights over the years and during her career. We have Beverly Hill, who is, again, a member of the Apple family, who hails from the state of Maryland and has been one of those who, as a result of the things that Mother Dale has started, she put them into action. We have Melvin Clark, again, one of those gentlemen who were on the front line, making things happen in terms of civil rights, and has been part of the evolution of dealing with small business DBE over the years. You'll hear about that. We have Rebecca Rand, again, from the Federal Transit Administration. And Rebecca will talk to us about some Title VI stuff. We'll get into some Title VI issues and also some ADA issues and how ADA has developed over the years. Greg Jennifer. Greg is doing great things throughout the country with various transit agencies and transportation agencies throughout the country to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do to comply with the law and as we go forward. And again, we have David Ehrlicher from DART, who is sitting in for Mr. Rohn. And then we have Hugh Harrison. Again, and both of those gentlemen are institutions in the DART family, and want to make sure that we hear from them to talk about, again, where we were, where DART was, and where DART is now, and where DART's going in the future. So with that, Mother Dale, give us a brief synopsis about yourself, where you've been.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. This is important, and we're here to talk about the past, the present, and the future. But right now, your presence indicates that you are interested in COMTO, and I just want to give you a couple of minutes about being a member of COMTO when COMTO wasn't cool. And back in the day when I came to the I said I wasn't going to call names of companies because I had to go back to work, right? And I want to have a place to go back to. Okay, so I'm from Chicago originally, and I was active in the civil rights movement, helping Lyndon Johnson get the civil rights bill signed, and then also in getting the Office of Economic Opportunity, the war on poverty started with the phrase maximum feasible participation of the poor inserted in there, which is what today's meeting and conversation is going to be about, how we can make sure that the civil rights of people being at the table, being able to participate, that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's my joy and pleasure to be here, and I love all of you.
My name is Beverly Hill. I currently work for Afton. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about myself, but I'll tell you what other people have said. In my family, they remind me that I was born the year that Emmett Till was killed. I grew up in Prince George's County, Now, I know everyone has this wonderful idea of Prince George's County as being this economic mecca for people of color. But when I grew up in Prince George's County, African Americans were 14% of the population. Prince George's County was known as having the most racist police department in the entire country. So that's the experiential filter that I started life with. And it was as if I was destined to always somehow be involved in some civil rights. Not so much because of a passion I sought after, but more a victim of circumstance that said that you had to participate. So I grew up in an era of civil participation, which I think always led me to be a participant in civil rights.
My name is Melvin Clark. I'm Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of GW Peoples Contracting. We are the only African American owned company in the United States that's building railroads. I do come from a family of civil rights advocates. I guess I would start with my grandfather. He was a Pullman porter. He's president of the Norfolk chapter of the Pullman Porters. And back when the March on Washington was being planned, Mr. Randolph spent his evenings and nights at my grandfather's house, and they actually planned the march in 1963 when Martin Luther King spoke. He planned it at his dinner table. And I'm so very, very proud of the heritage I have from him. My father, he's a bishop of the Church of God in Christ, and he taught me as a young boy when he asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up. I told him I wanted to make a lot of money. He told me, no, that's not what life is about. What you have to do is to help somebody. What you have to do is to make a positive difference. What you can do is you can do well by doing good. And that is the adage of which I run this company right now. And we'll talk about more of that as we move on.
Thank you for having me. I'm Rebecca Rand. I'm the Regional Civil Rights Officer for Region 6 in Fort Worth, Texas. I've been here about a year and a half, and prior to that, I was the Regional Civil Rights Officer for Region 7 in Kansas City. And prior to that, I was Assistant Attorney General for the state of Kansas in the Legal Opinion Government Counsel Division. I'm particularly passionate about Title VI issues and the ADA, and I look forward to a good discussion today.
Gregory Jennifer, I'm the President and CEO of Armand Resource Group, Inc. We are a civil rights design and implementation firm specializing in contract compliance, certification. We perform a variety of civil rights program activities from the agency perspective as opposed to the contractor's perspective. I've been involved in this transportation for quite some time now, and I think back after Helen over there mentioned the 5 Mile House in Baltimore, Maryland. I remember the meetings that used to be held there years ago, in the 60s and 70s, when critical civil rights issues were discussed. And it also had me reflect back during my first kind of youth protest process when we were protesting the extension of Route 40, when the government came in and basically said, you gotta move out of the neighborhood and move somewhere else. And I had 10 brothers and sisters. My father's brother lived up the street from us, had 16 boys, and literally it was really no place for us to go. So I've always been kind of involved since a kid in the civil rights program process. So I remember that back then, with my parents standing out protesting the extension of Route 40 in Baltimore. My background in civil rights came about with in my employment as a civil rights officer with New York City Transit. I worked for the MTA for a while. My approach to the process was more to kind of learn as much as you could about as much as you could while you had an opportunity. So at that time, during the early 80s, the transit system in New York City was in a state of disrepair. You could be walking down the street and a manhole would blow up in the middle of the street, and it was just chaos. You looked at TV and all you saw was graffiti on all of the trains, graffiti on the buildings. A truck could be coming to repair a bus and the truck would break down on the way to fix a broken down bus. So a lot of things were in a state of disrepair. So it was from that perspective that I started to get involved with the procurement and the rehabilitation of the transit system in New York City. From that perspective, I had an opportunity to become involved in a lot of the exotic procurements that they had going on. Robotic facilities, repair, maintenance facilities, and things like that. Tunnels and the different processes of constructing tunnels and just alternative project delivery systems. So rather than sit back and sort of be a passive participant in the process, I wanted to be at the planning table to kind of understand how we were going to be included in the process. So what that meant was working extra hours and taking on different projects and going into communities like Harlem and Bed-Stuy and the Bronx and places like that to sort of ensure that there were opportunities and just kind of representing the underdog has been my objective. That pretty much.
Thanks, Greg. David.
Thank you, Mr. Jennifer. Good afternoon. My name is David Earlton. I'm an architect, native of New Orleans, a graduate of Tulane University. My wife and I moved to Texas 28 years ago and raised 3 native Texans. In my role as chief architect beginning with DART in 2002 and now as the assistant vice president of program delivery, we have the mission to forge successful relationships with our architect and engineering and contractor community in order to build the fixed facilities, design and construct the fixed facilities that support DART's mission to get people to work, connect communities, and provide accessibility for all. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to participate in today's panel discussion.
Last but not least, Steve.
Thanks a lot, Brad. First, I want to thank Mrs. Dale for holding my hand in Atlanta. I was at a Compton conference many years ago. One of my first Compton conferences, she took me under her wing and said, look, listen to me, listen to these stories, listen to the struggle, kind of become part of the Compton families. I've been following her as not on Twitter, not on Facebook, just kind of following her around since that time. So, Dale, thank you very much. I have a unique perspective. First of all, welcome to Dallas with my associate here, David. I served on the DART board here in Dallas for 8 years, rising up from around the horseshoe, ended up being chair in 2003, 2005. And one situation we had, amid procurements, I had my banking hat on for my 9 to 5 job, and after hours and off days, I spent down in DART. There would be various procurements where we would see situations where the goal may be 10, 12%, and actual performance come out 12.01. 11.99, so close, almost like it's kind of wedged in to make it work. Not because it was intentional, there wasn't that much capacity here in Dallas, and we wanted to get projects built on time under budget, and there weren't that many firms in town doing the work. So one of my board challenges to try to talk to staff from a board member's perspective and ask them to create ways to increase the goals, get the word out, the opportunity, and have a better agency overall. It's worked so far, and we'll go more into it later on. So I've had the board situation for 8 years, and after that, I came over to the business member side as a business owner doing consulting work with Legacy Resource Group. So I'm a member of Aptos. So I had to go from putting one head on, where I was pushing policy, pushing different ideas, to being one where I was a recipient of those benefits, working on transit projects.
Okay, thank you all.
But with that said, I'd like to bring up my companion who's been rocking and rolling with me this weekend to formally announce the results. One thing I'd like to add is that we sent out the voting opportunity to vote to all of the memberships that was eligible. We only received responses from about 126 individuals. I do encourage that people get out and vote, because when you're selecting your leadership, you want to make sure that you have a voice with that. You can imagine what will happen in this election if we don't get out and vote. Enough said on that. But anyway, with that, I'll turn it over to Khalees Carter, who will announce the formal results.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I'll be starting off with at-large, and the candidates is Tanya Adams, Emil Williams, and Clinton Forbes. Next will be Secretary and Treasurer, and that would be Loretta Clark. Second Vice Chair, Diana,
Mendoza?
Yeah, Mendoza. First Vice Chairs, will be Mr. Freddie Fuller. And for your presidency, please give a warm welcome and a round of applause for Mr. Warren.
Chair. He said chair.
Chair.
President.
President Chair. Mr. Warren Manning.
I thank you, Javon, and this young man is unique, but as for him and I was started talking over the weekend, you know, it's unbelievable who you know, and he started talking to me about my family, Warren. He knows John and Todd. Okay. This young man pals around. Well, my brother was like a mentor to him, and it was unbelievable. He started telling me about my nephew and my daughter and all that. Wow. So, keep up the good work, man. Thank you. We had to do that because I know you got to catch that flight.
Yes.
But I would like to also, this year what we had was sponsored by our sponsor of Total Transportation Corporation, and Mr. Augie Vanilla. Vona. We'll have two
Hey, I'm going to keep this short. I just wanted to thank you for letting us be part of your event. Found out some very interesting stories and a lot of great things that you do, and look forward to being, a sponsor in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have, Mr. Chairman, could you step over here? Mr. First Chair, Second Chair. Okay, let's try to do this. Kirk's not here, no. Vianney said she's got else, and Ms. Kirk, she informed us that she wouldn't be here. She got ill as well. So remember both of them in your prayers. Tanya, Emil, step this way. Mr. Forbes, where are you, sir? Oh, sorry. If I could, This is our leadership going forward for the next 2 years. Let's give them applause, please. As in a wedding ceremony, you're married to each other. You're married to our organization for the next 2 years, and we, the membership, is giving you the charge to take us to the next level and to keep continuously unifying us. So I would ask each and every one of you, if you could get a chance, I call this a receiving line. You just come by and just shake their hand and encourage them. And let's continue to move forward with Compton. Thank you. Can let me have your attention. May I have your attention, please? We also need to acknowledge 3 other individuals that are in the room who will be joining this particular group. We have our Council of Presidents reps here who are now officially a part of this board. So at this point in time, I would like Mr. Frank Massa to come up from New York, Ms. Michelle Howard from Washington, excuse me, from Maryland. I'm sorry. And I don't see Miss Gwendolyn Gray here yet. She will be the alternate. The other thing would be is that a part of the responsibility after the elections have been completed, there are 2 positions that were not voted on. Those positions are always held so that after the board has been selected and elected, that we then look at the group to make sure that we have diversity and multimodalism upon this group. So we will, over the next day or 2, take a look at that and come back to you with those other 2 positions. Thank you. Again, thank you for your vote of confidence. I look forward to working with this group that we have here. I look forward to all of you working with us as we continue to move this organization forward. I also look forward to what we're going to do in the future. Obviously, we have some immediate things we have to do. We have some long-term things we're going to do, and we're going to continue to move Compton forward. So thank you very much.